Okay, so before we go in there... I think so. I wanted to I know your friends would probably... Once we're inside, just keep quiet for a bit. Let me take the lead.
Lady Serana's back. Open the gate. Lord Hark's a great man. Let's show him the proper respect.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
Lord Hark.
How dare you trespass here? Wait, Serana? Is that truly you? I cannot believe my eyes. My lord, everyone! Serana has returned! I can't believe it.
My long-lost daughter returns at last. I trust you have my Elder Scroll.
After all these years, that's the first thing you ask me? Yes, I have the scroll.
Of
She has
course,
the
I'm
scroll.
delighted to see you, my daughter. Must I really say the words aloud? Ah, if only your traitor mother were here. I would let her watch this reunion before putting her head on a spike. Now tell me, who is this stranger you have brought into our hall?
This is my savior, the one who freed me.
For my daughters, tell me, what is your name? I am Hark. By now, my daughter would have told you what we are. Perhaps for centuries we lived here, far from the cares of the world. You have done. There is but one gift. I offer you my blood. Yes, the power of my blood. I will banish. Perhaps you still need convincing. Behold the power! This is the power that I... Now, make your choice. So be it. You are prey, like all mortals. I banish you.
Over here!
Just give up! You can't win!
Look at this. Of course. Why did I suppose differently? Fine. Tell me what you know. The woman trapped in there? That doesn't make any sense. And so you delivered her to them. And you didn't stop them? You didn't secure the scroll? So they have everything they... by the Divines. This couldn't get much worse. This is more than you and I... Well, of course we're just going to... If they're both... There are people I've met. If you can find them, we might have... Right to the point, we should keep it. I think, well, last I knew, she was out in the... Might need a... You'll also want to... Got it into his head years back that his experience with Anne... Last I knew, bring the two of them back here, and we can get started on... There's only... When it comes... I've lasted this long because I don't take chances. I cover my tracks and I keep... Isn't it obvious? They're soft. Totally unprepared for... Too extreme, they called me. Vampires... Once there... I was a long... This latest attack proves it's the right time. This... Original... I'm trying to put it to... We hunt down... In the old days... Then people... Now I'm trying to re-establish the Dongo.
Here's what I can spare. What do you need? If you know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim, tell them to head to Windhelm. Ulfric Stormcloak wants to see them.
I never should have come here.
What you do over here?
Do you think... Just look around, will you? Isran? I find it... Anyway, I'm quite happy in my current pursuits. Vampire... Oh, and I sup... Well, what are they up to? I'm not sure what they... But I'm not just... So either I need to find the satchel those mud crab... Thank you. Now, where is it I'll finish up here and head in that direction as soon as I can. See you there. Farewell.
You there! I've tracked this damned bear for 2... Isran? I'm afraid he's... Besides, he can... Tell me more about what's going on. By the... Once it's dealt with, then perhaps I'll see what Isran expects of me. Don't know how... You've helped me, so I suppose... Of course. He's been... He's on... I'll meet you there.
I've been looking for you. A note. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Got a lot of steel to shape. It's an honorable craft. I'll show you what I can. Gods be praised.
Which is mine. For you!
Have our scouts come up with any information on these reports of dragons?
Welcome to Mistvale Keep. Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here's your reward.
I
You're
want you to
welcome in
speak to the
Riften,
city guard.
as long as you
Make sure there's a
continue to obey
contingency
our
plan in
laws.
effect in case Riften...
What am I supposed to do? Never leave the house?
Gods.
You want
A
that
woman
Ensign?
attacked right on the streets.
Closing the stall.
Are you alright?
It's fine.
Did you see what happened?
You want to give up now, out of fear? Is that what we're
I'm
gonna
so
do to
sorry.
your daughter?
I hope the aid give you more peace in the future. Oh, I think you dropped
We're not
this.
fighting,
Some
we're
kind of
just-
note. Looks important.
Why don't I get you something to eat? Mama and Papa will talk later.
My note? No, that's yours. Must have fallen out of your pocket. I'd better get going.
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong... This is the Silverblood Inn. Ah, well, thank you for bringing it, I suppose. What? Here you are. So sorry about that. Remember, ale is cheaper than blood in Mark. If I can't get you something, I'm sure my wife will bellow at me until I can.
Not many would walk blindly into a crypt, smelling of steel and blood, but not fear. I feel the hunger inside of you, gnawing at you. You see the dead, and your mouth grows wet. Your stomach growls. Not many would walk blindly into a crypt, smelling of steel and blood, but not fear.
You were young when you first... Then the hunger... It's okay now.
I
You found
feel
a
the
friend
hunger
who
inside of
understands
you, gnawing at
A lot
you.
of our kind
You
block
see
out
the
the memory
dead,
of their
and
first
your
meeting.
mouth
The
grows
shame
wet.
is too much.
Your stomach growls.
But you don't need to hide anymore. Namira, the Lady of Decay, accepts you for what you are. Very well.
It's all right.
Tell the
I
people
will not
of
shun
Northrop
you for
that
what
they're
you
dead
are.
or safe.
Stay.
My
I will
work
tell
is
you
done.
everything you have forgotten.
Not here. We will meet at...
You've returned. Divine... Here. Take my amulet as a reward. Okay, you.
By the gods! What manner of power is that?
All right, Isran. You've got us all here. Now what do you want?
Hold it right there.
What are you doing?
Making sure you're not vampires. Can't be too careful. So, welcome to Fort Dawnguard. I'm sure you've heard a bit of what we're up against. Powerful vampires, unlike anything we've seen before. And they have an Elder Scroll. If anyone is going to stand in their way, it's going to be us.
This is all well and good, but do we actually know anything about what they're doing? What do we do now?
We'll get to that. For now, get acquainted with the space. Soreen, you'll find room to start your tinkering on that crossbow design you've been working on. Gunmar, there's an area large enough for you to pen up some trolls. Get them armored up and ready for use. In the meantime, we're going to get to the bottom of why a vampire showed up here looking for you. Let's go have a little chat with it, shall we?
Cozy little place, isn't this?
Hope you're getting along with Isran. He takes some getting used to.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew. And no one believed.
You probably weren't expecting to see me again. You probably weren't expecting to see me again.
This vampire showed up while you were away. I'm guessing it's the one you found in Dim Hollow Crypt. Says it's got something really important to say to you. So let's hear it.
You probably weren't expecting to see me again. I'd rather not be here either, but I needed to talk to you. It's important, so please just listen. Well, it's about me, and the Elders. The reason I was down there, and why I had the Elder Scroll. It all comes back to my father. I'm guessing you figured this part out already, but my father's not exactly a good person, even by vampire standards. He wasn't always like that, though. There was a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it. It's pointless and vague, like all prophecies. The part he latched onto said that vampires would no longer need to fear the sun. That's what he's after. Anyway, my mother and I didn't feel like inviting a war with all of Tamriel. I did, but something about you makes me think I can trust you. I hope I'm not wrong. Well, let's move then. I'm nothing if not persuasive.
All right, you've heard what it has to say. Now tell me, is there any reason I shouldn't kill this blood-sucking fiend right now? Set my hatred aside? Not a chance. It's what keeps me strong. You'd better know what you're doing. It can stay for now, but if it so much as lays a finger on anyone here, I'll hold you responsible. Got it? You hear me? Don't feel like a guest, because you're not. You're a resource. You're an asset. In the meantime, don't make me regret my sudden outburst of tolerance and generosity. Because if you do, your friend here is going to pay for it.
Thank you for your kindness. I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry. So, whatever it said. But of course, neither of... Well, not that it helps us anyway, because they're all half a continent away. In Cyrodiil.
Some Imperial scholar arrived in Skyrim a few days ago. I was staking out the road when I saw him pass by. Maybe that's your moth priest.
Do you know where he's staying now?
No. and I'm not going to waste men looking. We're fighting a war against your kind, and I intend to win it. You want to find him? Try talking to anyone who'd meet a traveler. Innkeepers and carriage drivers in the big cities, maybe. But you're on your own.
Any idea how you're going to find a moth priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place. Well, back before the wizard... Actually, now I've been really wanting to get out and explore a bit.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew, and no one believed.
Welcome to the college.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going... A moth priest? Fine. The obvious... Sometimes they go... He stopped in to do some research in the library, then left for Dragonbridge. If you hurry, you might catch him there. You need a book? You talk. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in a lot of pain.
It's no secret.
I knew I heard something. Hey!
Welcome to the college. Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll meet these. I'll give you a brief tour and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin? Wonderful. Please follow me and don't wander off. The whole has been used in Skyrim for thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied. Thus, I run the day-to-day operations. Now, if you'll please follow me, I'll show you the living quarters. Unfortunately, we've had to implement more stringent entry procedures due to some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
Our newest members are housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate
I'm no fan of the
experiments.
sun. It would be better than this.
Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and studies. Initially, you'll be learning from Tolfdir, one of our most esteemed wizards.
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems,
Why are my
let one of our
research
senior
materials
members know.
constantly disappearing?
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several if you're talented.
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and will destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades, of practice and study.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. That gives us a chance to show you what we can do.
You've been quiet so far. What do you think we should do? Well, your classmates certainly seem to disagree with you.
Oh, don't listen to him. We can do it. Just give us a chance.
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with the... That's all right. Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you. And you block it with the ward. Here we go. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. You have to keep your ward up, or else this won't work. I don't want to hurt you. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Hold still. Excellent work. Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Sarthal nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity. I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you.
love it when dinner walks.
Good. All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious. And here we are. Shall we step inside?
I was always taught to avoid these types of ruins. I think I see why now.
I'm not so sure we should be here.
Who knows what we might find in here?
As some of you may know, Sarthor was one of the earliest Nord settlements in Skyrim. It was also the largest. Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about what happened to Sarthor. This is an exciting opportunity for us. Be able to study the magic thing. Well, are there any questions before we begin?
This
Until
is
next
better
time.
than sitting around about magic, don't you think?
Please be careful here. The site isn't in... Ah, yeah. Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do? Berliner, my dear, why don't you search for warding magics? Anything
It's going to take forever. He what? You must be one. I've only looked. Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything. Just round up the rest of the magical artifacts so that I can catalog them.
What in the world was that racket? How in the world did that happen? Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow. What in the world was that racket? Is everything... How in the world did that happen? See that? Some kind of resonance. You and the wall. It must be connected to the amulet. I wonder what effect might your spells have. sealed off. What is this place?
Hold, mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
I swear I felt some... What just happened? I'm afraid I didn't see anything. Can you tell me more about what you saw? The Psijic Order? Are you quite sure about that? That's very odd. And danger ahead? The Psijics, perhaps... Now, please do be careful. Who knows? They were a group of... No one... I have no idea what connection they'd have to this place. I can certainly share a bit of what I know. As some of you may know, Sawthor was one of the earliest Nord settlements in Skyrim. It was also the largest. Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about what happened to Sawthor. Well, I expect any inch. Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do? Berliner, my dear, why don't you search for warding magics? Anything designed to keep people out.
It's going to take for... He what? You must be one of... I've only looked... Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything.
See that? Behind the president. On the wall. It must be connected to the amulet. Well, it's highly unusual and very interesting.
Hold, mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, Mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
What just happened? I'm afraid... Can you tell me more about what... the Psijic and danger ahead? The Psijic... Perhaps we... Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find? Mm-hmm.
Where'd you come?
Do your work! I won't go down so easily.
That'll teach you.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Who's there? I knew it was something over here. That'll teach you.
I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. Look at all these coffins. This... There's closer inspection. I'd like to stay a while and examine. I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. Why, just look at all these coffins. This bears closer inspection. I'd like to stay a while and examine this. You, however, should press on. See if you can...
Where'd you come from? Who's there? Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from? There. Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from? This won't end well for you. Where'd you come from? Done and done.
My boy, hold on. I thought it high time I caught up with you. Well now, would you look at that? Never should have come here.
Where'd you come from?
Nothing seems to work. Keep it busy. My friend comes to power. This is utterly unique. Do your worst. What could this place... I don't dare leave this unattended. Can you return to the college and inform Sabo-san of this discovery? Please, hurry. Enchanting services are one of the few things that keep us at the local know. You've come to the right place. I'd be happy to teach you.
What? It's no secret that the... Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated. I have enough to deal with right now. I see. I trust that Tolfdir will provide a more specific... Thank you for bringing the... Tolfdir no... Since... Speak with... And good work. The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic ruins, perhaps this will be helpful. The great and unfortunate natural disaster. No one is... I know there are some who have blamed the Sea of Winterhold, the way the college survived. But that was a great many years ago, before all the members of the Order were called back to the Isle of Artaeum, and it disappeared entirely. Please, don't do anything to anger the locals. They don't need additional reasons to hate us.
Hundreds of years of... If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure... Well, all right, here. I scribbled down the last... Well, you don't even need to ask. I said no... I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information. If you want them, you'll have to talk to Orthorn. Until next time.
You there. You were in Sarthal, yes? It has come to my attention that something... I am well aware. Tolfdir is still in Sarthal, is he? I shall be expecting a full report from him when he returns. It is my job to know these things. My role as advisor to the Archmage is aided by knowing everything that Thank you for your help. You may go now. I have many important things on my mind. Now that stability to guide its people through this time of I am at the Archmage's disposal if he requires it. Are you quite sure? Perhaps not as often as he should. In time, I believe he will be more trusting.
It's so bright out here. I don't know how you stand it. What now? This better not be all the things you just can't be bothered with. Stay on your guard. Where'd you come from? Yes? Anything good?
Fuck!